Hey everybody, RC here. Going to do an update video, if I can get the cursor to disappear, for my Dark Druid build. Just to kind of update real quick, let's see, we are at level 31 on the current playthrough. This will probably be my last playthrough. As you can see, we've gone pretty far up the destruction tree. We are not taking the 3 higher perks on the left side. I just, if they're going to die, I don't need the fleeing and disintegration. I just, not something I need in my playthrough. Restoration, we're still building that up a little bit. And ward absorb is available now. I did not get that one yet, but we still have plenty of levels to go. Alteration, we have gone up. We've taken all of our mage armor, all of our magic resistance, and I'll explain that in a second. And we have gotten up to expert. So Atronach is where I want to go next, but I need to get alteration up to 100. So let's see what else. Oh, the only other skill we're taking is one-handed. I am trying to spend a little more time fighting with that. I do have enough points now that I can take my second level of Bone Breaker. I can also get my next level of Armsman. So I do have quite a few levels worth of perks that I do need at this point. I just need to attain the levels. Couple of things. I have upgraded to a glass mace at this level. It's the one I found. I have put a self-enchantment on it. Now I am not taking any enchanting perks, so you can see even with a grand or black soul gem, I'm only getting 10 points. Although my destruction level is so high that I'm getting a lot of charges out of that, so that's good. If you do take enchanting and put perks into that, naturally you will get more damage out of this. And that is an option. I do have that built into the build. This is not weapons that I use. These are just some that I have picked up. I mentioned I had taken all 3 points in magic resistance because I do have the ethereal crown. I do have that equipped along with the archmage robes. Now these are the robes that you get in the archmage quarters after you become the archmage. Tolfdir gives you a really nice set that gives you this plus 50 magicka, or maybe 100 magicka. I don't remember right offhand. Actually, we can. Nope, I left that at my house on a mannequin. So I use this one because it does not have it has the hood already. You can wear, or actually, it does not have a hood because the crown and the hood interfere with each other. And I have taken the apprentice stone, so that is why we took that to get the additional magical regeneration, but we also get the 100% weakness to magic, and so we're countering that. So we have taken the ethereal crown, the 3 points of magic resistance. We have also taken the agent of Dibella, the mark of Dibella, so that gives us additional magical reduction. Let's see. We have the Ring of Namira. And then we have the Lord Stone as our primary stone. So that's where we're at now. Now from a magical standpoint, in alteration, we are currently using, now these names might be a little different because of a magic mod that I use, but Ebony Flesh, which gives me 185 armor rating. I do have Detect Dead, Telekinesis, Water Breathing. You can see the prior levels of mage armor. In the destruction tree, we were using runes very heavily to level up. In addition to training, I still use the cloaks, but now that I have gotten up to expert level, I have fallen in love with the incinerate spell, and you can see this does 141 points of damage plus additional damage for 3 seconds. I do have the wall spells. I have not used those. Don't think I'm going to in this build, but they're there if you need them. Basically, Incinerate, Icy Spear, and Thunderbolt are the spells that you'll be using here. Restoration. I do have the Heal 2, the Heal 3. I have Grand Healing. I don't have a follower, so I don't need that one. I'm not using Turn Undead at all. Haven't used it at all. And we are using wards when we need them. As far as shouts, I have gotten all 3 Animal Allegiance words, Slow Time, which I'm still working on, and those are the only ones that I use. Unrelenting Force I don't use, although you can certainly add it in. And that's about it. So wanted just to kind of come in. This was the entryway. I am starting the quest for Awakening, find out what the vampires are seeking. And so right now I have my glass mace in my right hand, and I have Incinerate in my left hand. And I can switch that out to a another spell if I need to. Now I still am leveling, so you know I'm still looking for better weapons and whatnot. You can see the cloak spell does take out some of the weaker characters. I blow through the, you know, with the Incinerate, it goes pretty quickly. There's a black soul gem. All right, I'm going to switch to my runes here. All right, so they're fighting down there. I've got 3. All right, and she's down. Nice killing shot there. All right, we took a little bit of damage. We'll throw some resto on there just to get a little bit of a heal. Nothing too fancy. Alright, usually I don't have telekinesis, so I actually want to use that in here. And see if we can pick it up there. Good. Usually I don't have that spell when I come and do this quest, so... Awesome. I like that. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I hate lock picking, so I do use a mod for that. Let's see. Alright, telekinesis again. Nothing on that side. Nothing on that side. Alright, let's see. That's the way I came. So we've hit that one. So there's one over here. There we are. Some magicka. That's good. Alright. And that's it. Alright, so we will go back to our Incinerate spell. killed her. Let my mana recharge here. Now, my magicka does recharge pretty quickly because if we take a look at, let's see, I have some extra magicka regenerate. Alright, so there's the Archmage robe, so I get 100% there. And I also get 100% off of the Ethereal Crown with the Apprentice stone. Let's see. Yes, I've got Incinerate up. All right. We're going to use the Ring of Namira here to recharge our healing rate. Took her out pretty quickly. Yeah, nothing too fancy there. So, we can kill things pretty quickly. I was trying to use a little more melee right there, but that's okay. Search him. Want to make sure I did not get exposed to... Nope. Did not contract vampirism, so that's good. Again, in the build, you are following the green pact, so shape changing would be heavily frowned upon. And so we want to make sure that we do not contract vampirism. And, you know what, since I have it, just blow that one up. So the weaker vampires still go down pretty quickly. The flame cloak takes them out pretty easily. Make sure... I don't think he has anything that I want. Nor does she. Yeah, he's just a thrall. Not interested. Alright. Anyway, there's a little bit more to this dungeon, but that was, the main walkthrough, the main, the boss character that we had to kill. So we'll go ahead and put a stop to the video here, but I just kind of wanted you to see the interaction on the character now that we've gone up a few levels. We've gotten some additional spells. The Incinerate spell works amazingly well. The Flame Cloak still does a lot of damage for us, and enchanting I think would really help out, but again, I was trying to stay away from any of the native class perks, which was the goal of the event, but I also wanted to stay away from any crafting. I try to do that a lot in my builds if I can. Sometimes it's impossible, but in this case, it would do a lot of things for us. That you could get better damage on your weapons. You could craft weapons if you took smithing, but I'm talking just enchanting. You could enchant gear with, once you got to 100 enchanting, you could do fortify destruction and fortify alteration on multiple pieces. You could mix in fortify magic regeneration, and that would severely cut back on the amount of mana that I use, because you can see here, you know, you cast about 3 incinerate spells, and I'm out of mana, and you know I'm sitting with 230 mana now, but that's with, oh, and I did get Vampirus. I have to take a healing potion. Uh, what was we were talking about? The magicka. So, all right, so that is taking some of my magicka. That's taking some of my magicka. So, you know, there's several things that we are using that drain my magicka permanently while it's in effect. Now, let's see. I tell you what. Let's turn off my flame cloak. And let's take off the ebony flesh. All right, so there we are, back to our base form. All right, so if we look at our defensive structure, we have 50 armor rating right now, and I'm not even sure what's causing that. Let's see. Armor, nothing I'm wearing. Oh, I think that's just mage armor. I think that's just the plain mage armor, or no, you know what that is? That's the Lordstone giving us that. Yeah, that's right. Um, so, but I wanted to show you what our magicka was here. So right now I'm at 370 magicka. There are a few buffs that I have in my gear. So if we look at what I have equipped, let's see. So I have these plus 20 magicka. That's 50. So there's my 70 magicka. So right now I'm at a base 300 just on points, just on skill points from leveling. And but you can see I go down dramatically once I add those in. Now again, 50 armor rating, and if we add back on our ebony flesh, it was already equipped. All right, that gets us up to 608 armor rating with our 3 points in mage armor. And you can see that drops us from 370 down to 270, so that's 100 points. And if we go back with our flame cloak, that drops us down to 230. So we're investing 140 points of our magicka permanently into those 2 spells. Now the flame cloak doesn't give us any defense, but you know 608 armor is pretty strong for not wearing any armor at all, and just going up the alteration tree. So anyway, that is the Dark Druid from a combat perspective. We are using the 1 main hand weapon for melee, 1 offhand, so we're staying away from dual casting. We're not doing stagger or anything like that. I did not pick up the Ring of Azuriel or whatever it's called for the ignite spell, or there's, you know, that 1 flame spell that you get only with the ring. But it's basically laying down runes in the early going, casting ignite once you get it. In the early going, you can use flames, uh, and I still do that on occasion. So you could cast, you know, concentration casting there, then using the weapon, again, the ignite once you get it, or incinerate there, ignites what that ring gives us. So anyway, that is the build. It's going really well, having a good time with it. As I said, right now we are level 31, almost 32. Right now, without enchanting, the build perk tops out at about level 40. And if you go with enchanting, you'll need to go up to about level 50. The good news is there's plenty of things to do in the game to get to those levels, and if you don't level them up, you're just going to end up with a lot of extra perk points that aren't going to be very useful to you. So, up to you. I didn't want to make it as easy as I think enchanting would. So, we have to kind of balance out our magic and mana usage along with the reduced damage from the weapon. So, puts a little more thought process into the playthrough. But as you can see, these three right here, this is actually a pretty tough fight a lot of times. That's why they give you that flame blast scroll up there. But they went down pretty easy, just my basic spells there, and then was able to take them out with the mace. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take a look at this event build and the others once the event is closed at the end of November of this year, 2016, and take a look at some of my other builds. I've got one more in the works currently, and I've got a 5 build series that I have been putting together and have some ideas already fleshed out that I'll be working on here in the future as well. So thanks for checking it out, and we will see you in our next video.